There it is. There it is. Episode 3 is on the way. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the Pipeline Team of San Diego contract and program and why you want to be a part of it. So that's it. Tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The Carrier Experience Podcast is a show for anyone who wants to grow their agency and be a titan of the insurance industry. Learn from a panel of experts who share their agency struggles, their experiences with the nation's best carriers, and share the marketing secrets that successful insurance agents are using today. Now, here's your host, the insurance pro, James Cias.
Makes me smile
Hey.
every time. Every
Same
time.
here. Same here. And tell me why. Yeah, tell me why I still want to start the show with a bro. Also, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We are here a little bit early. Our scheduled time for the Carrier Experience podcast on a daily basis is 2:30. However, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Savings Time, whatever it is. However, today I have the distinct pleasure of being in a house that is going through demolition in the kitchen. So the demo guys just went on lunch, and I figured, you know what? Before they get back from lunch, let me take a little bit of time to run this episode. That way you don't hear all kinds of hammering and clinging in the background. So speaking of which, I'm not sure how that's going to translate to the Business Bros pod, but if necessary, I'll just mute myself.
Yeah, but that's not it's so normally we have a start time at 2:30, right? Normally.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Too true. I love it. So today I wanted to talk to you, and since we're doing this onboarding training, this onboarding session, to give you an idea, I mean, it's not like you don't know the program. It's just you haven't sat through the actual training of it. And it's a little bit different since we're on a podcast and kind of on a 30-minute time frame. And it's more of a conversation this way. But I'll, tell our audience and tell you, and you can stop me whenever you have any questions. So essentially, our program is built for agents to be able to choose your own size, right? Choose the shoe that fits. So we've got 3 tiers of a commission split level. Those are ranging from 50%, 60%, or 70% of pass-through commission. So basically, whatever commission that we receive from the carriers, you'll get either 50, 60, or 70% of that commission. Each of these commission levels has a commiserate agency fee. So this agency fee is like a membership fee, right? You are paying to be able to get access to our markets, to our training. It covers your E&O and also covers our agency management system and the administrative support that you get from our agent support rock stars. I can definitely talk about them in a little bit as well, or maybe we'll save that for another time. Anyway, so at the lowest level of 50%, it's a $200 agency fee, and that's always going to be there. No matter which level you select, it's always going to be a minimum agency fee of $200. At 60%, you get more commission, so your agency fee is a little bit higher. Your agency fee is $300 as opposed to the $200, and at 70%, it's $400. Which is the highest that we have available. You know what? I think somebody is ringing the doorbell right now. That's a terrible time. I don't know what to do. Do I pause? Do I?
You can go ahead and keep going. I'll talk about the contract real quick.
All right, talk about it for a second. Thanks.
All right. So essentially James is describing the different tiers of contracts that we can go into as an insurance agent. So if you guys know, if you're in the insurance space, you recently got your insurance license, maybe, for whatever the case may be. So you have your insurance license, and now it's time for you to go out and sell insurance. The problem is you need to be appointed with specific carriers so that you can sell that particular product or service. So let's use Flow, for example. Flow is from Progressive. If you wanted to sell Progressive insurance, you need to be appointed with Progressive to be able to sell that. So each of these contracts enables you the ability to have access to the carriers that we have. But the only difference in the contract level is really how much of the commission that you earn you keep. Now, each one of those commission levels is also going to have a specific quota where these monthly fees can essentially almost go away.
Well, like I said, we always have the minimum 200, and thank you for covering me, by the way. That was the cabinet guy. So the demo guy left. Now I've got the cabinet guy here to
Check
measure
things
out the cabinets and do all that stuff. So
Such is life.
yeah, I'm trying to get this done like in that little interim, but of course, whatever. So you were saying that we have the minimum quota that kind of almost makes the agency fees go away. We always have the minimum of $200. Okay, like I said, that covers E&O, that covers the agency management system, and it covers the admin expenses for our agent support rockstar team. So there's always going to be that minimum of $200. At that 50% level, we want to see just 5 policies per month. That's it. 5 policies per month. If you can get 5 policies per month, we're happy with you. You'll be happy because you'll be making up that $200 agency fee and then some. 5 policies per month. Super easy. At the 60% level, it's 10 policies per month. And at the 70% level, it's 15 policies per month. So at the 60%, the agency fee is typically $300. At 70%, the agency fee is typically $400. But if you hit those quota, if you hit those numbers, we won't charge you the $300 or $400. We'll only charge you the minimum of $200. Furthermore, if you hit those numbers for 3 months in a row, or at an average, you hit those 15 per month, 10 per month, whatever it is, we will permanently, at that point, lower the agency fees to the minimum $200 fee. So it's an incentive.
Yeah, we want to incentivize you essentially to continue to produce at a certain level. And we want to push you at the very beginning, because honestly, it's like anything else, right? The starting of something is the most difficult part of anything. It's like working out. The first 2 weeks of working out are the worst. They're the part where you feel sore, you're not used to getting up, you don't feel like doing it. Once you get past that 2-week marker, then you're on a more consistent flow. And so we think of it the same way when it comes to production. If we push you to have the production at the beginning and we incentivize you to have that production at the beginning, you build the habits necessary along with our training. You build the habits necessary so that now you're producing that on a regular basis. So that's the idea behind the 3-month incentive.
Exactly right. So that's, kind of in a nutshell, that is the program. And there's a lot more to it that we go through in the orientation. There's, all the rules and regs, and, we want you to grow as an agency as well. We want your agency to grow. So we have rules surrounding how you can bring people on to help you in that growth. There are basically 2 types of assistants that you can have. One is someone who is unlicensed, okay? And this unlicensed person is going to help you with all of the administrative stuff in your office. They will make phone calls on your behalf. They can send emails and faxes. They can, greet your customers at the door. They can even take in a lot of the data that's required to generate quotes and indications, right?
That's good. One less thing.
Yeah, one less thing for you to do. That's something that your assistant can do for you. However, due to the laws of the Department of Insurance, California laws, we want to make sure that only licensed agents are actually presenting those indications and discussing coverages and premium with the potential customer.
I'm your huckleberry.
That's right. The agent is the huckleberry. That's the only one that could talk to a customer about those specific things. So that's somebody who comes on board to help you out who is unlicensed. Now, if you decide to bring somebody on who is licensed, all right, we can add them into our corporate license, just like with everything else, and their E&O would also be covered. There's just a little bit extra fee again, because now there's additional administrative support and additional E&O that that's going to be required for your office. So there is an additional fee to bring somebody on, but they're going to help you out and relieve you of a lot of that extra pain. So a lot of things that you'll be able to do. On top of that, what are other things that you get through the Pipeline team of San Diego? You get, like I said, E&O covered. You get access to the agency management system. We will definitely create a Pipeline Insurance email account for you, which is powered by Google. Through this Google account, you get access to a bunch of different tools that we have available for you. We call this package of tools the orientation package. Within that orientation package is the 10 steps to writing insurance that we were talking about yesterday, which guides you along and tells you exactly how to write every insurance policy. We will make sure that you get a stack of business cards. So you create your business cards. And this is one of my favorite parts, probably one of the best things about being part of the Pipeline team of San Diego. As a member of the Pipeline team of San Diego, you will get a Pipeline shirt. And this shirt is gold. As insurance agents, we all have to do continuing education hours, 24 hours of continuing education every 2 years in order to keep our licenses active. A lot of times that continuing education costs you money. You have to go somewhere to school, to whatever state authorized location to get those continuing education hours. Show me the money! You're showing the government the money. That's it. Department of Insurance gets paid for all that stuff, or whatever school. But as a member of the Pipeline team of San Diego, you get the Pipeline shirt, and you can go to the Micra schools and get your continuing education for free. For free. There they are right there. Mike Russ Financial Training Centers. We have been partnered with them for a very, very long time, and they provide this service for us, for our agents, so that you can make sure to keep your license active. Every 2 years, you get those continuing education hours. So you get the Pipeline shirt, the Pipeline business cards, access to all of our different tools, agency management system, rating software, E&O, all this good stuff. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of this team?
I'm loving the soundboard, by the way, Ham. This is
a lot of fun, isn't it?
It's definitely a flip side of the whole transaction for me, and this is really cool. I like it. I get to pay attention to the little nuances, and I know where you're going with stuff, so it's kind of cool to be able to click things in. So let's dig a little more into some of these tools that we got. Sure. So EasyLinks, for example, what are some of the cool things that EasyLinks provides our agents that normally they wouldn't get outside, that they'd have to pay for on their own?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll talk about the agency management system and what an agency management system does. So an agency management system is a tool that allows agents to it's a database. More than anything else, it's a database. It allows agents to track their customers, their policies, find out who's coming up for renewals, what's being canceled, any changes that might be happening. One of the great things that an agency management system does for ourselves, for our agency, for agents, is it communicates with all of our carriers. So our carriers provide downloads, and the agency management system takes all of this information direct from the carrier's system. And so anytime a change is made on the carrier's website, on the carrier system, those changes automatically get downloaded into the agency management software. What's great about this, again, is it creates an opportunity for agents to have that touch point with their customers. Now, this is something that, for whatever reason, it it didn't click for me right away, but a lot of agents don't understand the power of that second touch, right? The reaching out at 6 months, the reaching out at 1 year when those policies are coming up for renewal. This is where the real money is for insurance agencies. It's all about retention. When it comes to retaining customers, when it comes to insurance, retaining customers is the gold. This is where the money really is. This is where we get to compound our income. The great thing about P&C insurance is that every 6 months or every year when that policy renews, we get another paycheck. And every year after that, another paycheck and another paycheck and another paycheck. And the paycheck only stops when the customer stops paying. I think I have my cabinet guy again. Let me
Go for it.
step out for a second.
I will continue that explanation. So here's the simple nitty gritty of it, right? So if you have a policy that you wrote in January and you write one policy every single month, right? So that means you've written 12 policies, and this is on the low end. We want you to write a lot more than that, but just to keep the math simple, you write one policy a month. So January you wrote a policy, February you wrote a policy, and every single month you wrote a policy. That next year in January, if you write another policy, you're not going to get paid for one policy. You're going to get paid for 2 policies in that month. And then you write a policy every single month. And then the next year, you're going to get paid for 3 policies, the new one you write and the 2 you keep. So that's the beauty of property and casualty insurance. Is as long as you maintain that book of business, as long as you keep that policy in your books, that is when you're going to be able to compound that growth of your book of business. That is why when you write one particular policy and you keep that client, the benefits of keeping those clients and retaining those clients compounds over time.
I love it. All right, so cabinet guy is gone. And hopefully we'll get through the next 13 minutes of the show while demo guy is still on lunch. So I love it.
You know what it is, dude? It's the Zoom days, dude. This is the modern age of presentation and communication. It's either going to be the interruption on the outside, it's going to be the little kid that walks in the background and asks for his lunch, or the dog barking, whatever it's going to be. That's just how the show rolls, dude. So yeah, don't even worry about it.
New age, new normal, right? As people love to say. So I'm not sure exactly where you left off, but
all I did was talking about compounding. So I gave an example of what it would be like to grow your policy, year over year.
Nice. In our orientation, in the training that we actually provide, we give some pretty specific examples. So one of the things that we want to teach our agents, as far as personal lines goes, is to look for customers that want the full package. So like we talked about yesterday, we have our preferred clients and our standard clients. Our standard clients, a lot of times, all they want from us is an auto policy. Right? They saw that commercial, or, they want to save, they want to pay $29 a month on auto insurance, whatever. But those aren't necessarily the customers that we are striving to get. The ones that we really want to get, the ones that we are targeting, are homeowners and business owners. When we come to someone who is a homeowner, we understand that homeowners have a lot more to protect. And a lot of homeowners are also business owners, so they have a lot more to protect. We want our agents to learn how to approach these homeowners and teach them what liability risk is. This one question that I always teach and I always ask is, did you know that driving your car could cost you your home? And people look at me like, what? Yeah. Driving your car could cost you your home because of the liability risk of driving your car. If you don't have sufficient coverage in your auto insurance, the next asset that they're going to come after is going to be your home. So we want to teach our agents how to properly protect our homeowners to make sure that they have sufficient coverage in every facet of their life. So our homeowners insurance is going to make sure that they're protected for all of their stuff, right? Not just the furniture, the couch, the TV, the computers, etc., and so on, but also making sure that we verify that they don't have any fine arts, specific gold coins, or gold bullion or whatever, any of that stuff. We want to make sure that those things are also specifically protected. Jewelry is another big one. Then we'll switch over to the auto insurance, make sure that they have sufficient coverage so that if anything happens in a worst case scenario, their auto insurance is going to have enough coverage to protect their home, protect their number one asset. And on top of that, we're going to make sure that there's an umbrella policy to cover all of those things. So we teach our agents to go after that bundle, the auto, home, umbrella bundle. If we can get those 3 policies, we've got one customer with 3 policies. That customer is one that's going to stay on the books for much longer than a customer who buys just one single auto policy. Not to mention, I thought you had something. Mention, we want to also protect the people that are paying the mortgage. So we have the opportunity to talk about other lines of business as well, such as life insurance and disability insurance. If you don't have that license, definitely get it. It's worthwhile. So these are all things that we teach our agents, and we call those types of customers those 5-point customers. They're the ones that have the assets to protect. They want to have more than enough liability coverage so that in any scenario, in any worst case scenario, they've got the coverage there to make sure that their homes and their families are taken care of. So this is all, part of what we teach during our orientation. Today we talked a lot about the contract. I got an error here. We talked a lot about the contract and what our program looks like, and why we focus on specific types of customers. I was reading the pumpkin plan, listening to the pumpkin plan yesterday and today. Really great book. If you have not read it, definitely recommend it. As business owners, we often want to be everything to everyone. And as much as it might pain me to see a customer go to another insurance agency, I would rather spend my time growing my giant pumpkin. And one of the ways that we grow giant pumpkins is to cut off all of the other pumpkins that are not growing as quickly. So what that means for us as an agency, phenomenal book. Heck yeah, Nate. Thanks for joining, by the way. So what that means for us as agents is to make sure that we're going after those specific clients that are going to be the big pumpkins, the ones that are going to not just buy those policies that we're hoping that they get, but they're going to stay with us even when prices go up. Can't tell you how many times that we've had customers that stay with us for a long time because they've got all of these different policies and only leave when the price is just way too crazy. And when they do, they're apologizing on their way out. They don't want to leave. They just have to. But as independent agents, we get the opportunity to shop them all over the place. We've got multiple carriers that they can go to make sure that we get them the best price. So no matter what, we do a really great job with these types of customers. Notes from the 5 a.m. club, also Atomic Habits. Heck yeah, Nate. Atomic Habits that we are, that reminds me, actually, now that I think about it, one of the other things that I talk a lot about and that I teach in the orientation package is about habits and goal setting. So by being part of the Pipeline team of San Diego and getting access to our Google Drive, there's a whole training video on setting annual, quarterly, and even weekly and daily goals. This is something that I learned from my mastermind group called Junto. And it starts for us with the vivid vision, just kind of knowing where we want to be in 3 years and having such a good idea of what that is, having such a solid vision of where we want to be that we can actually work backwards and say, okay, if this is where I want to be in 3 years, what do I need to do this year to get there? what do I need to do this quarter to get me towards my annual goal? What I have to do this month to get me towards my quarterly goal? What do I have to do this week to get me to my monthly goal? What do I have to do today to finish my weekly goal, to match my monthly, quarterly, and annual goals? And all of these things get us closer and closer to what we want our life to be in those 3 years. Thanks for dropping that link to the pumpkin plan, by the way.
I will also drop the link right now to Atomic Habits.
Whoop, whoop. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, what questions, bro, do you have around all this stuff that we were talking about, since I'm taking you to school?
Taking me to school today. If I was going to sign up, what is, how quickly can I get started with the program? How quickly can I set up my training programs? How long is each training program? Like, if I'm coming in, when can I get started, and when can I write my first policy?
Fantastic. Thanks. That's an awesome question. So getting started is super easy. When you sign up with us, we can get you a contract same day. You'll get set up with your pipeline insurance account within 2 days, and within a week, you should be able to write your first policy. Within a week, you should be able to write your first policy. Our training system is all automated. It's all online. So by getting the pipeline insurance account, you'll gain access to all of our training videos. So it's really at your own pace. How quickly can you get through these videos? Now, I'll tell you that these videos our orientation videos are 5 hours altogether. And our sales and marketing course is another 30 hours. Plus, we've got specific courses and specific training for different lines of business and for specific carriers, which is more and more hours. So really, it's a matter of how quickly, as an agent, how quickly can you get through all of that training and learn all of those different things in order to gain access to some specific carriers. You will need to prove what's that word that I'm looking for?
Competency.
Competency. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's the word. You will need to prove your competency. You will need to prove that you actually watched and listened to and paid attention to those videos. We are working on exams so that it can still be automated. But for now, until those exams are done, it will be just a one-on-one conversation. Tell me what you learned. Tell me what you would do with this situation and that situation. Having all kinds of fun conversations, just making sure that you know the ins and outs of those carriers, the types of appetites that they have, and getting those things done. So
what if I have business to write right now? Like, I'm going to sign up because it sounds like an awesome program, but I can't wait 30 days. I got a client that needs help right now.
Perfect. We can still help you out even with those folks. We have someone in-house who will take care of those clients for you. She will take the name and phone number. She'll make the calls. She'll do all the work to make sure that you get, her name's Angel, by the way. She's one of my agent support rock stars. She is the primary agent support liaison. So all of our agents that need help, she's the primary person that provides that support, and she will take that customer's information and do all of the work for you so that you can get started today. Then as you learn and grow, you'll learn how to submit that information. And really, it only takes a week, not even a week. You can learn how to submit that information really quickly and easily so that you no longer have to wait on her to do all that stuff. You can actually submit it and start getting all that stuff done yourself.
That contract seems really cool, but you know what? In my mind, I don't really want to be an insurance agent. I just want to be able to get paid on stuff if I have an insurance license. Can I send you my business and then, can I get paid on that?
I love that because we've talked about that so many times. Absolutely, we can. You can send us just a name and a phone number or an email address. We will contact that insured. If you are able to give us a warm transfer In other words, call them on the phone, give us a 3-way call. We can definitely jump in, have that conversation, and do all of the work for you. And we pay, oh man, why am I blanking on this? We pay 40%, 30%, 30%, 30%. Man, I should know this, right?
Yeah.
30% on those referrals. Yes, it is 30%. I don't know why I was thinking 40. We pay 30% on those referrals just for giving us a name and a phone number.
Boom. But you must be licensed.
But you must be licensed. Absolutely.
Nate says, what's the team like?
What is the team like? Nate is one of our team members. So it's really great to get a question like this from him. Our team is, what would I say? Okay, so our team of agents are,
there's a wide variety of them.
It is such a variety. We have agents all over the place. We've got agents from LA to San Diego, and we've even got a couple way out in Texas. I have had the pleasure of talking with every single one of our team members, at least, at least once. I have gone through phases where I reach out, once a month, but that gets really, really time consuming. So it's tougher to do, but definitely something that I would like to continue doing. The team itself is,
I'll tell you,
man,
when we have get-togethers, at least prior to COVID, and what we do is fun. Right. When we get together, it's like a family environment, right? We get together and, do we talk about business? Yeah, we do talk a little bit about business, but mostly we want to get to know each other as individuals. So I know about Nate's, all the little lowrider stuff that comes through his office because he posts it, right? I know, for example, we had Deidre and Corey there for a while, and we know what their situation is. We know Martha, who's in IB, loves to have a good time when we have these get-togethers. We are a close-knit family when we get together, but individually, each individual agent has and operates their own way. So that's one of the cool things about being with Pipeline Insurance is we give you that flexibility to have your agency run and have your agency culture in a way that gives you the opportunity to be you, but while at the same time knowing the box that we're in as a company, as Pipeline Insurance. So it's a great organization to be a part of, a fun place to be to have insurance with. And I've talked to a lot of different agents that have thought about going to an agency, and when they find out things like, wait a minute, you're not required to be in an office all day long. Wait a minute, you're not required to wear a specific outfit to work every day. It's a completely different dynamic. One of the reasons why we have that surfboard on that P right there that you see in Pipeline Insurance is because the initial thought was we want to be an agency that's right near the beach, right? And we want to be relaxed and cool, just like you are at the beach, right? Where you can walk into a business and feel comfortable in flip-flops and shorts, but still know that you're getting that professional feel. So that's what the agency is about. The key for us is always to be the team that provides you the most support. When you have a question, when you have a problem, we're there to back you up. We're there to support you and get you the answers that you're looking for. And if we can do that, provide you a good place where your business comes in, it goes through the work, and it comes out with a policy ready to go. You're going to be happy. Your clients are going to be happy, and we're going to love the situation we're in. So that is what Pipeline Insurance is all about.
So first of all, great save. I appreciate you. Secondly, shout out to Nate, who is proud to be a part of the Pipeline team. The other team that I'm going to talk about, my voice went there. The other team that I'm going to talk about really quick is our agent support rock stars. This is the team that I work with on a daily basis. And that's why I was kind of flubbing a little bit, because we've got our team of agents, and I don't necessarily talk to all of our agents every day, but our agent support rockstar team, I definitely do talk to them every day. And these folks are awesome. These folks are definitely, every single one of them is super appreciated by me. They do such amazing work for all of our agents. Each of us is dedicated to making the life of the agent easier. Our number one goal, and this is actually going to be tomorrow. I think we have an interview. So that's going to be a lot of fun. The first one. But the next episode that it's just you and me, we're going to be talking about our 3 pillars. And our first pillar, our pillar number 1, is to make it as easy as possible for an agent to write, submit, or refer business to us. And that's what our agent support rock stars do. Their entire job and their entire focus is making it as easy as possible for agents to refer, write, and submit business with us. And, I think I'll have more to say about them on that episode tomorrow, because those 3 pillars are super important to everything that we do. And I couldn't do it without this awesome team that we have. So,
all right. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode, Ham.
It sure does. We went over just a little bit. Again, thank you all so much for hanging out for the day. Nate, really appreciate you jumping in here. And that'll be it until tomorrow. So I got to figure out a
nice little
line,
exit line.
An exit line. But I don't know. For now, we'll just say peace. And
Thank you for tuning in to the Carrier Experience Podcast. James is the CEO of the Pipeline team of San Diego and is always in the market for top talent. If you are an agent looking for a place to hang your license, visit pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities or send an email to newagent@pipelineinsurance.com.